Okay, now it's time to start talking about how to read your ad data. So you're running your tests, you're running your initial Facebook ads, right? You did your product research, you did your targeting research, and you did your $5 a day. 5 days, you spent $25. Now it's time to actually read and see what's going on with your ads, right? We're talking about launching campaigns. I like to do them on Wednesdays and Thursdays so you could be able to scale into the weekend. That's typically when you're going to have your best ad results. And you're going to simply review after $25 spent. It's really important to kind of get this schedule correct. So you're at your $25 spend mark at a time where you can review your ads, right? We don't need to spend even a penny more than $25 in order to make our cut and scale decisions. Okay, it's simply making cut and scale decisions based on these two levels of data that I'm going to show you. I call them front end and back end stats, and basically a little bit more about our $5 a day, $25 spend. You're running the ad for 5 days, $25 test baseline. It's very important to get to that $25 mark and basically be as close to $25 as possible so you can compare all your ad sets. Right, let's say you've tested 5 different ad sets. They've all spent $25. You can compare them equally. Let's say you spent only 18 on one and 12 on another and 30 on another and 50 on another. It's going to be hard for you to compare them evenly. Right, you want them to all be about 5 days, $5 a day, $25. And it really becomes very simple when you're thinking about cutting. You're going to cut if you don't have any sales. You're going to cut if you're negative, right? Even if you did make sales, you're still going to cut the ad if you're negative. And this is going to make a lot more sense as I kind of talk about the decision-making process. Okay, this is all about front end and back end stats. Okay, now these are just terms that I've kind of defined, I guess, or I've just named them this simply because the stats that I'm going to be looking at are either at the front end part of the column for my performance and clicks, or the back end column of performance and clicks. And the column is basically just something that you'll be able to set your ad reporting to inside of Facebook ads. So I'll show you exactly what that is. The big thing here with decision making: don't spend a penny over $25 until you make your decisions. Right? We don't need to spend $28 to make a decision. We want to play the volume game. We want to launch as many products as possible, and therefore we want to spend as little as possible on our ad spend, on our testing, to gather good information, good data to make good decisions off of moving forward. And these are how these decisions are going to look. Okay, we're going to talk about front end stats first. Okay, front end stats are the most important. They're basically talking about your profitability. How much did you spend versus how much revenue did you take in? Right? You need to know your numbers. I mean, that's a bottom line, right? You need to know how much margin you make per item sold. The bottom line is, are you profitable? Right? You need to take your revenue, you need to take your costs into consideration. We're talking about your profit, right? Are you profitable? Yes or no? Right? Super simple decision making. Are you profitable? Yes, great. You're going to scale the ad. Are you negative? Did you lose money? Okay, then you're going to cut the ad. Okay, and I think this is a big misconception amongst a lot of people. On the front end stats, all you need to look at is your profit. Right? Everything else is meaningless. But take that with a grain of salt, because I'm going to show you in the back end stats what we do with everything else. But when you're looking at an ad set, I don't want you to look at anything else when you're making a decision about that specific ad set. Okay, let me be very clear. I didn't say anything about the product. I didn't say anything about the interest group. I said that specific ad set. Okay, this implementation of the ad set, this match between this product and this ad set. If you are negative after $25, you're cutting the ad no matter what. Okay, you're cutting the ad no matter what. You're simply looking at profitability on the front end stats. So when it comes time to actually keep your ad on or turn it off, you're simply looking at profitability. Okay. Now, I'd be a complete moron if I was only looking at the profitability and nothing else, right? But when it comes to understanding what to do just on that ad set, right? Should I spend more money on the ad set? Yes or no? If you're not making money, if you're not profitable, the answer is no. Okay, but there's a lot more data that you need to go through, and I call this the back end stats. Okay, these are literally at the end of that performance and clicks column, and I'll go over the shoulder and show you in a little bit. Okay, there are 3 key metrics that you need to pay attention to. Okay, CPM, which is your cost per 1,000 impressions. Okay, it means cost per mille. It's a Latin word for 1,000. Cost per 1,000 impressions. Basically, what does it cost you? What is Facebook charging you to show it to 1,000 people? Okay. I don't care what ad objective you're doing, website conversion, PPE, video views, lead generation, it doesn't matter. You're not paying for the objective, you're paying based on CPM. That's why that if you get 0 conversions, you're still paying for the ad, okay? CPM is basically a sign of how healthy your targeting match to the product is. A low CPM basically means Facebook is having a really easy time showing this to people. Right? They don't need to charge you a lot because there's a lot of people, very easy for them to show your ad to these people. Okay, I don't want to get too complex in terms of bidding and algorithms and all that stuff. CPM, a low CPM means you have a good sign of targeting health. Okay, you did a good job with your targeting. Okay, and I'll go over some metrics on the next slide. CTR. Okay, there's a couple different CTRs on your performance and clicks report. The only one that we care about is at the end, CTR parentheses link. Okay, this means your click-through rate for link clicks. Okay, what is the percentage of people who see the ad? What percent click? Okay, if you have 100 people that saw the ad and you get 1 click, that's 1 divided by 100, that's 1% click-through rate. Okay, CPC, cost per click. Again, we only care about website linked clicks. Okay, only people who are going over to our website. We don't care about people clicking the like button or the share button. Again, engagements, they don't pay the bills. CPC link click. Okay, what is the cost that you are spending per link click? And this is just a calculation, right? You're not actually spending that to Facebook. Again, you're paying Facebook on a CPM basis. So even if you get 0 clicks, you're still spending money. It's just basically a formulaic calculation of basically saying how many clicks did you have, how much did you spend so far. Okay, so those are the 3 metrics that you need to pay attention to. Okay, and these are the thresholds that you're looking for. When it comes to CPM, you want to be under a $10 to $12 CPM, right? If you're brand new, you're going to see higher CPMs, and that's okay. You will definitely over time get lower CPMs. In fact, a better pixel, a more mature pixel, will almost always get a lower CPM. So you'll be battling through some higher CPMs at the beginning. Can you get low CPMs right from the start? Absolutely. How do you do that? You do a great job of matching up a product to a customer. Okay, when it comes to link click, CPC, we want to be under $1 CPC link click. Okay, we'd love to be closer to 75 cents. If we're getting near 50 cents, we're very excited. Okay, we want to be over 0.5% click-through rate for links. Okay, now you see at the bottom, you're going to ignore the other CPC and the other CTR. Those numbers are going to be much higher because those involve clicking on the ad, but not necessarily going to the website. So the link click ones are the only ones we care about. So these are the thresholds. $10 to $12 CPM, under $1 CPC, over 0.5 CTR link click. And these are specific to website conversion ads. Your metrics will be a lot different if you do something like PPE or video view, etc. So these are numbers for website conversion. So the backend stats you see over here, I say they answer the question, what do you do next? Okay, what do you do next? So again, the front end stats are your straightforward decision making. Did you make money on the ad? Are you profitable? Yes or no? If yes, continue. If no, stop the ad. Okay, but let's say you stop the ad, right? Because you're really only going to need to pay attention to backend stats when you're not profitable, because these backend stats are simply indications and kind of little hints that can help you get to profitability. If you're already profitable, you don't care what these backend stats are. If you have horrible numbers, if you don't meet these thresholds, but you're profitable, then congratulations. No one cares about these thresholds. We only care about profitability. Front end is most important. Okay, so if you meet the front end stats, if you're profitable, you don't really care even if you have bad back end stats. Okay, but the back end stats here, when you don't have something profitable, they answer the question, what do we do next? Basically, they answer the question, should we retest this product? Okay, and here's how I do it. If you get 2 out of the 3 meeting our threshold or beating the threshold, right? Let's say you have a $5 CPM and a 75-cent cost per click, but the ad was negative. Well, what do? You absolutely turn off the ad, right? Because the only thing that you're making decision making on in terms of keeping your ad on or off is profitability. Okay, but now that we've met 2 out of the 3 thresholds here, now I've determined that this product deserves 1 more chance. Okay, this is basically my 1 more chance test. If I get 2 out of the 3 metrics that I'm looking for in terms of these thresholds, then I'm going to create a new ad set, same product, but I'm going to do different targeting. Okay, and another thing to add, no product will ever get a 3rd chance. Okay, so I'm giving it a 2nd chance based on these thresholds. If I'm not profitable at that point, I'm not testing the product ever again. Okay, so let's jump over the shoulder. I'll just show you the performance and clicks, and we'll look at some sample data. Okay, so I'm just looking at a sample ad here that I run a while ago. And this is a nice example. Okay, you see that we are, actually first things first, here's columns. Okay, when you're looking at your ad report, you want to immediately go columns, performance, and clicks. And when I'm talking about front end and back end, literally front end right here, how much you spent, how many purchases you made, or I'm sorry, how many sales you made, right, purchase event, and the back end stats over here. You got your CPC link click, you got your CPM, and you have your CTR. Okay? So let's come over here. Front end stats first. And obviously you already understand here it says campaign is off. But let's say we just made it to $25, right? We just hit $25. It's time to make our decision making. Well, you see over here, 0 purchases, right? There are 0 purchases. We had a couple of add to carts, but we did not have any purchases. So let's say our margin is $15 on this. 0 times 15 is 0. So we profited 0. We spent 25. Obviously, we're negative on this ad. Without a doubt, doesn't matter. I'm not looking at anything else. This ad's getting turned off. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's off. Why? Because it's not profitable. Okay. Now, this was a T-shirt, I believe. Does this T-shirt deserve another chance? Should I test this product again with a different set of targeting? Let's come over here. We need to look at our 3 core metrics. CPM. Are we under $10 to $12? Well, we're at $2 here, right? Unbelievably great job of targeting here. At only $2 for a CPM, that shows that we have some serious targeting health, okay? How about cost per click? And we're 1 for 1, by the way, okay? Cost per click is next. We want to be under $1. So under 75 cents is even better, and closer to 50 cents is awesome. Well, we're at 64 cents. Okay, very, very great. Okay, so we're 2 for 2 so far. How about our CTR link click? We want to be over 0.5%. We're a little bit under 0.32, so we missed that. 2 out of the 3. But remember, all I need to do is hit 2 out of my 3 metrics to give this another chance. Right, this ad is still getting turned off because it's not profitable, but back-end stats, 2 out of the 3 are yes in terms of our threshold. So what am I doing here? I'm going to create another ad set for this using the exact same product, but I'm just going to use a different set of targeting. Okay, that's how you make your ad decisions, guys. It's that simple. I mean, you literally just need to look at these thresholds. You look at your front-end stats first. It's your profitability. You cut or scale the ad based on that, and then you decide if it gets another chance by looking at these quote-unquote back-end stats, checking out the thresholds. And again, these are specific to website conversion. So very, very important here. Super important when you're playing the volume game, understanding what products deserve a second chance. Not every product deserves a second chance, only those that meet these thresholds.